And this one came out in March 2018. So goes down and tells you a long list of martial law was implemented, and I'm going to put the link to this article below so you can go check it out yourself in detail. Maybe you've already seen it, maybe you haven't, but I'm just getting it out there. I'm going to put the link below so you can check the full article out, or just type in what you see.
Behind those doors inside that Walmart are apparently many hundreds of children. I don't know how many. Okay, so if we wait here at the door, he's going to come and open the door and talk to me? Okay, because we're waiting. Okay. How can I have a conversation? Okay, so that's not allowed. Yeah, she was misinformed. So to be clear, the conversation that was indicated is going to be very short. That you can't make a statement. And so therefore, I haven't actually seen the property, but I'm guessing that's about what's to happen.
Trump met with FEMA. They had leaked. They said during the leaked audios, I don't know if these audios actually been leaked, but even publicly, we have not heard Donald Trump say anything too much about Puerto Rico. And the death toll was a lot. It was over like 3,000. And I just feel like they're really not trying to rebuild Puerto Rico at all. Most time hurricanes hit big cities like us over here, they make sure they build us up real quick. They make sure they get all of us back running and good. But they didn't do that for Puerto Rico, did they? They let Puerto Rico get targeted. They let it be decimated as lots of people was wiped out. Another part of the population. Big part of it.
Great people helped us, and it was great. Families in Texas and Louisiana, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, they were all affected. Hard to believe. And on tribal lands where the hit was catastrophic, and these storms were really historic in their severity. But in the wake of such tragedy, we also witnessed the resilience of the American people and the professionalism, talent, and devotion of the men and women of FEMA. Good group, right? Great group. That's a great group of people.
Yeah, great group of people, but there was also a big massive sweep that was in Houston. Everybody heard about it. It was going across independent media, yet Trump doesn't address that. Yet Trump also doesn't address the rebuilding of Puerto Rico.
Administrator Long, I want to thank you in particular for the incredible job.
Is because some of these people, this is a new normal. They're never going to go back home. So they want to help them as much so that they're never just walking out of here and feeling like they're going back onto the street. They've worked with them throughout the process here to help them adjust to this new world order that they're going to be living in after this.
Oh, and I imagine there's so many questions, so much concern, and all of those people, it was almost like on cue when you're talking about the army of volunteers, a flock of nuns walked right behind you.
f.e.m.a orders 16,000 guillotine blades from Mexico, and I will read. While President Trump inspected prototype border walls near San Diego, f.e.m.a agents traveled to Juarez, where they discreetly ordered thousands of guillotine blades from a Mexican metal manufacturer 2 miles south of the border, says an active f.e.m.a agent speaking under condition of anonymity. The purchase order, he said, omitted the word guillotine, but specifically requested 16,000 shearing blades, each one 30 inches by a quarter inch by 15 inches, with a razor-sharp edge ground at a 17-degree angle, constructed of solid plate monosteel. The exact composition and dimensions of guillotine blades currently stored at f.e.m.a camps nationwide. Our source said the shop owner, Jose Lopez of, I'm redacting the name of the company for now, I'll explain why afterwards, accepted the deal only after the lead f.e.m.a agent paid up front and promised not to retaliate if the blades dulled from overuse. The request stipulated the blades be manufactured ASAP. Unmarked 18-wheelers would pick up finished product at regular intervals until the entire order was fulfilled. FEMA sought foreign assistance, our source said, because using American manufacturers would generate an identifiable paper trail linking the agency to the purchase. Mexican business ethics are less stringent and do not require extensive paperwork. A money exchange and a handshake seals a deal. I quote our source. The agency is very careful in procuring equipment to be used against civilians. They want to avoid both public and congressional scrutiny. The guillotines were purchased in China, the blades in Mexico, and other locations. We spread things out. Makes it harder to trace exactly what is being purchased, just in case. Asked how FEMA crosses the border, he said the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol Agency receives instructions to overlook FEMA vehicles that exit or enter the United States. Problems happen, he added, when FEMA convoys encounter Mexican federal police or drug cartels. Issues are usually resolved with a bribe or bullets. The current order of guillotine blades, he said, is slated for potential hotspots, primarily zones 6, 7, and 8, areas FEMA expects the most resistance when martial law is declared. Once affixed to the guillotine chassis, the razor-sharp blades will decapitate unruly, law-abiding citizens who have been herded like cattle into FEMA internment camps. Guillotines are more effective than bullets at enforcing cooperation. I quote him again. FEMA has conducted beta tests on this matter. A crowd of people is more frightened than seeing a person's head cut off than seeing him placed before a firing squad. How do they know this? Well, all I'll say is during Hurricane Harvey, many people, mostly homeless, disappeared. Where do you think they went? He asked. Asked if President Trump sanctioned guillotine purchases or the aforementioned actions, he said Trump is probably oblivious to what is really happening to the nation. FEMA is autonomous and answers to neither the president nor any executive body. It is immune to congressional review or oversight committees. When probed for information on the martial law timetable, our source said he had no idea when FEMA would manipulate the president to sign the order, but added that FEMA has been preparing since the early 1990s and is ready to swoop into action at a moment's notice.